Shakar Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Brakatahawa, Brakatahawa Shai, Thawada, Abba, Abba, Kal Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teaches truth, 100% truth, according to the Bible. Do a quick lesson today. It's going to be somewhere along the line where they're forcing you Jakes into a corner. When talking about Jakes, you're talking about you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And one way he's forcing you Jakes into a corner is through these what they call 15-minute cities. And I noticed when I go back home, when I went back home recently, or the last few times I went back, I noticed how the environment had changed, And, you had a lot of black communities, so-called black communities within that area. And Jake has been pretty much squeezed out of those areas because that area, I guess you could say, it's in a valuable piece of real estate because a lot of it's close to the water downtown. And you see that a lot of these places too, in a lot of cities what they call gentrification, where they force you Jakes out, man. They force you into certain areas. Or it goes back to redlining. And if you look at redlining, is a way that they social construct where they force Jake into certain areas and pretty much corral them. Pretty much put you on a reservation like they did the northern tribes, like they did Gad and Reuben. Well, here we see now, I'm going to tie this into how it is today because you look at the hurricane that just recently came through and how it, Hurricane Milton down in Tampa. And Tampa's been projected to be one of those new 15-minute cities. And 15-minute cities, let's look that up. Because 15-minute cities is pretty much, it's a community that you live in. You pretty much stay inside that community. It has all your needs and everything that you need. And I notice when I go back home, I've noticed a lot of places like that. They got these communities now where they got their own schools. They have their own post office. They have their own grocery stores, shopping centers and things of that nature. So it's pretty much kind of keep you corralled in where you don't have to go outside of that. Well, they use under the guise of them being helping the people by reducing emissions. You don't have to go drive so much. And, under the so-called green initiative. And part of the green initiative is pretty much to put a shackle on you Jakes, man. Put a shackle on the people, period, where they can control your movements, anything that you do under the guise of we saving the planet Earth. But at the same time, they got factories out here that's polluting the water, the air, and all these other things that they do. But let's look up 15-minute city real quick. Shalaki, the wind is blowing. And the wind is like the spirit, man. You can't see it, but you know it's there. But you can feel it. You can hear it. But you can't, you can hear the leaves blowing, but that it's the wind. We can't actually put our eyes on it, but we see it. Same thing with the spirit. 15-minute cities. Shit, I ain't got no internet out here. Shalaki. I can't pull it up. But that's pretty much what it is, places where you kind of keep you corralled in. So right now, like I said, when I go back home to where I'm from, I noticed they got a lot of these new facilities. They pretty much rechanged the whole cities, the zonings and all that. Tore down a lot of the projects. Forced a lot of these Jakes in these certain areas. And they got these cities, man. They got these cities or these communities that if a Jake go in there, you're going to stand out. You're not going to fit in. So for most of these Jakes that I knew come up in these hoods and stuff like that, these areas pretty much do not, most Jakes can't afford those areas, like the food, the prices of those food, the price of the clothes, the prices of the restaurants that's in those areas, man. The average Jake can't afford to go there and pretty much socialize in those areas, man, because it's not set up, designed for you Jakes. It's set up and designed for these other nations, man. And like I said, when I go back there, places like used to be where the mall used to be, it's turned into these like uh, this shopping district that Jake is not for you Jakes, man. You don't fit in there. And so what, things that are for Jake, Jake normally used to go to and could afford to go to, man, those places almost damn near non-existent, or they're so far in few in between. And I've been around long enough to see these changes, man, that came within our communities, man. And one of the worst things that happened to Jake was 1960s during the civil rights era where we were allowed to go and spend our money in these Edomites communities, man. And that was the most devastating thing that could have happened to us, man, because, prior to that, we had our own communities. We had our own shopping stores. We had our own restaurants. We had our own medical offices. We had our own doctor's office. We had our own pharmacies. All that type shit. All that shit is gone now. It's non-existent through, I can't think of the name of the word, man. In the 1960s that we fought for, not just civil rights, but to be included in inclusion into going and spending our money with our oppressor. And Jake looked at it as a flex at that time, but really, man, it was your demise. It was a way of them to undermine you, to suck all the resources out of your community. Because prior to that, Jake, they said the money circulated within our communities at least 91 times before it left the community, somewhere up in that number like that. The dollars circulated in our community that many times before it finally left our community. Now, as soon as Jake get paid, it goes straight to these other nations, man. We have to go to them for one of everything. We don't have any things in our community to spend money on now, other than a barbershop, which they're going to take that over. The restaurants that we did have, they came and took them over. The little corner stores that we had, they came in and took them over. So I remember some Jakes that had the community, had those corner stores in our neighborhood, man. They were little rundown stores, but they still had everything. They had shit that you can go there and get. But I remember one of the guys said, it was older Jake, and they told him the Arabs came there and made him an offer he couldn't refuse. So they took over those little spots, man, and Jake don't own anything other than a barbershop or a beauty salon. Like I say, it won't be for long before they made him took that shit over. And like I say, with these 15-minute cities, man, Jake, you're going to be left out on the reservation, same way they did Gad and Reuben, man. And, those are times that we coming into, man. And you see now with this automation, with this new digital age, with this robotic systems, that's pretty much can do all the work, all the manual and physical labor. Man, that shit is coming, man. It's damn near here. In some places, they steadily, gradually bringing that in, So they're not going to need you for anything. Then they're going to really come after to destroy you, Jakes, man. And this shit is soon on the horizon. This shit is almost here, man. We're in the time of the MOTB where you not going to be able to go out and buy or sell unless you're going to be able to take that charagma. We're talking about that digital C-hip, either in your hand or your forehead, which goes back to Revelation 16 and I think Revelation 16 or Revelation 13 and 16, Shalakia. But let me hit a precept real quick. For among my people I found wicked men. Talking about you so-called black Hispanics, Native Americans. They lay wait. As he that setteth snares, they set a trap that catch men. As a cage full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause, the cause of the fatherless. Yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. Shall I visit for these things, said the Lord Yahweh? Shall not my soul be vexed on such a nation as this? And that's talking about a lot of our sellouts, man. These people that's supposed to represent us, these politicians, but you know they don't work for you, Jakes. You know they work against you. They just be there as a figurehead, you know, but they do the bidding of their oppressors, man. And these so-called stars, these athletes, these entertainers, man, they're not there on your behalf. If anything, they're there to mislead you, to guide you further into this system, to keep you more indoctrinated into the system, man. They're the one that's going to lead the way, man, to lead you into this digital age, man. That's going to destroy you and wipe you out of this system. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. They pretty much corralling Jake into a corner, man. Until once they got you in the corner, and you know, took everything that they need, and they set up their new system that they're not going to need you in. They're going to come and try to destroy and wipe you out, man, completely. And their main purpose is really because they know these prophecies, man. They know that we're going to be the next ruler over the world, man. Talking about you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. And their main thing is they know that there's elect out here, so they're just going to try to wipe out all Jakes, period, man. All you Jakes, man. And that way, therefore, they can get the elect. Because you know they don't give a damn about their own people. So how much more so you Jakes, man? Other than having you there for entertainment purposes. The only thing they allow you Jakes to do is to entertain them and just pretty much pacify you Jakes to keep their system going, man. So, you know, that's the time that we're in. So we have to be very mindful, very circumspect of the times. You know, we watch and we see these things, man. You know, that's things that we noticed here in Babylon the Great, you know. One thing about this devil, man, he moves like, how can I say, he's very methodical in his movement, man. He takes his time, he sets things up, he plans ahead for your destruction. Therefore, you don't notice his gradual movement. It's like a serpent, man, just like a snake. A snake is not be moving fast, going to go after his prey. He's going to wait, he's going to set the trap. And that trap is, once that trap is set off, you know, he's going to strike you, man, going to destroy you. They see what they did with the sea hip, you know, and we haven't seen the lasting effects on that. So, main thing they came after you was you Jakes during that time. And what's the main thing they did, man, they told you, like, you had to be forefront of that so-called pandemic, man. They made it like you was the face of it. Like, we had to make sure you got your chance to get the juice because, you know, you've been so under what was the word they used? You always been last for everything, but this time we're going to make sure you get it first. You know, we're going to make sure that you're not overlooked, you know, because we're looking out for your best interest. And Jakes fell for that shit, man. As soon as that shit, you know, they got everybody juiced up that they could get juiced up and throw your ass back up under the bus again. But that shows how gullible our people are, man. Like the Lord said, man, we are like Shada's children, man. He got us to the point that we been under the the spell of these oppressive, man, for so long. Through his enchantments, man, we just take everything that he says, you know, as being the gospel, man, as being the truth. And the whole time this man is setting up to destroy you, Jakes, man. But Lord said, you know, 2/3 you're gonna be deceived anyhow. And only the elect is going to be saved out of it. And Lord will, we are the sect. We are the elect, man. That we have eyes to see these things before they even happen. You know, we can see the setup, we can see the play, because the Lord is giving. He's going to give that vision to his elect men, women, and children, man. That we're going to be saved out of it. Well, he's going to give it to his men, you know, the women, they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do, and the children, you know, of the elect, you know, going to be saved out of it. Lord will, man, this is that's just edifying, you know. We got to put the truth out there, man. We got to warn our people to get the blood off our hand, you know. The truth, you know, must go out. The warning has to go out before the Lord comes back and do his work and remove these devils out of power, man. But that's pretty much it, man. I just want to kind of hit that. Lord will, let's edify with that. Say shalom.